And welcome back to the Kenny and JT show here on News Talk 1480 WHBC. Time to announce for week 2 our Sarchione Ford Player of the Week, and he hails from the Sandy Valley Cardinals. Big win over Minerva this week, 49-3. Mason Tucci is our Player of the Week. All he did was score 5 touchdowns in the win, 3 TD catches, 15 yards, 52 yards, 79 yards. He added a rushing touchdown. And, oh, yeah, let's play the other side of the ball. Defense, get a pick 6, seal the victory. Mason, thanks for joining us here today on WHBC, and congratulations on being our Player of the Week.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Have you ever scored 5 touchdowns in a game before, Mason?
No, I have not.
All right, so what was that like? And this is at your senior year in high school to do that in a game coming off of a loss to get back to 500. What was it like for you?
It was awesome. Coach set up a great game plan to get me the ball, and I just made it happen best I could.
I was going to ask you about the game plan. Was there something you guys saw on film in their defense that said, all right, we've got a matchup here that we really like and we want to exploit?
Yeah, they didn't have an outside linebacker on one of the slot receivers, and a lot of times they weren't over me, so I was just trying to get me the ball and make something happen.
All right, so of the 5 touchdowns, which one did you enjoy the most? Obviously, anytime you score a touchdown in high school, it's fun, but 5 in one game, was one better than the other?
Probably my rushing touchdown, because it was my first time I ever got a rushing attempt in a game in the backfield.
So was this take me through it? Was it a jet sweep? Were you lined up as a running back? Take me through the rushing touchdown then.
I was lined up as a running back for the first time ever, and it was an outside zone, and my line set up a great block. Ben Petro had a great lead block as the other running back, and I just found the hole and took it and scored.
All right, you mentioned Petro, your quarterback. He's only a sophomore. He replaces the legend in Sandy Valley, the most prolific quarterback in Stark County history in Cam Blair. How has the adjustment been for you as a senior, adjusting to a quarterback who you know has big shoes to fill?
It hasn't been that tough of an adjustment because Nick, he doesn't throw as hard of a pass as Cam does, but it gets to you fast, and he throws a great ball.
How much work did you guys put in the off season, knowing that he probably was going to be the starter? And as a sophomore, you remember playing as a sophomore, man, there's some butterflies. You're looking up to the upperclassmen and everything. So how much work did you put in, and how much has that helped you guys so far through 2 games?
We put in a lot of work during our summer conditioning. We're outside after every conditioning, throwing and catching almost every practice.
Mason Tucci is our guest here on the Kenny and JT show on News Talk 1480 WHBC. He is our Sarchione Ford Player of the Week for week number 2. Again, a 5-touchdown game, and there was some great competition for this award this week. Hunter Campbell, who you guys unfortunately came up a little short to the previous week. I think he had 5 touchdowns. Other guys had 4. In your wildest dreams, did you ever think there would be a game where you would score 5 times, 3 different ways?
No, I did not. After watching my brother score 4 in a game, I thought there was no way I could ever come close to that. But apparently, I made it happen.
Yes, you did. So you've got bragging rights over brother now, don't you?
Yep.
What did he mean to you as far as your progression and your passion for the game?
Oh, I looked up to him as an 8th grader, watching him on the sideline when he was a junior. And honestly, when I was a freshman, watching him. And when he went down, I had to step up and play in that spot, and I ended up starting as a freshman.
So how important was this after a tough week 1 loss? You guys were up by 14 points a couple of times on the road at Fairless. You lose a tough one in overtime. How important was it to bounce back in week number 2, not only with the win, but a convincing win?
It was very important because, we just got to get that momentum back, and it has to carry us into the weeks ahead.
What did you guys learn from the week 1 loss after going through it on the field and then sitting back and watching tape that helped you get the victory?
We just can't come out in the second half flat. We have to play 4 quarters of football and just got to play 4 quarters of football.
Yeah, and it's a good lesson to learn early in the season, Mason, because that comes late in the season. That could hurt your seeding. But if you learn that early, right, you can take that through the remaining 9 games and make sure it doesn't happen again, correct?
Yep.
What was his message to you, Coach Gamble's message to you guys after the week 1 loss?
I mean, we just got to play 4 quarters of football. We can't come out the second half flat like we did, and we can't have mental errors on defense. That was the main thing.
What does Coach Gamble mean to you? He's done a great job of running this program, getting you guys, into the playoffs and making things happen there in Sandy Valley. What's he mean to you?
It means a lot. He's been my coach for 4 years, been the wide receiver coach and DB coach, so I'm always with him at practice. He means a lot to me.
So what do you enjoy playing more? Wide receiver, which is the diva position, as we know in the NFL, right? Or defensive back, which is a lonely position. You're on an island all by yourself, and you only really get recognized if either A, you get beat for a touchdown, or if you get an interception like you did.
I'd probably say wide receiver because I'm not the most willing tackler as a DB, so I don't have as much, I guess, pressure as a wide receiver.
All right. So you're lined up as a wide receiver. You're lined up as a running back. We're going to see you at quarterback at some point this year, possibly, if Coach Gamble asks.
I mean, shoot, I'm always willing to play quarterback, but I mean, I don't see it happening.
All right. So how do you top a 5-touchdown game? You've got a matchup this week, and let me look down here. I want to make sure Chippewa is who you play in week number 3. So how does Mason Tucci go out and top a 5-touchdown game in week 2, playing in week 3?
I just think as long as we come out with the win, I think that tops off the 5 touchdowns. 0 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns. As long as we win the game, that's all that matters.
Yeah, and I love hearing that. There are kids, like we said, hey, anytime you score a touchdown in high school, you see your name in print. Well, used to be in print. Coach Gamble knows what the newspaper used to be, but now it's online, it's on Instagram, it's on Twitter and all that, and that can go to, kids' heads. Why won't the big win affect you and your teammates where you guys maybe swell up too much, get a big head, and have a letdown against Chippewa?
Well, I think because we lost that first week against Fairless and we were up 14, I just think that changed everybody's attitude that we need to come out and play 4 quarters of football and just play hard the whole game and not let up.
What were your expectations and goals, Mason, coming into this season, individually and then overall wise as a team?
I would say individually, I just wanted to have a good season on both sides of the ball. Because last year on defense, I wasn't the greatest. I mean, I had like 2 picks or whatever, but still, I missed a lot of tackles on defense. That was one thing I wanted to clean up. And I wanted to clean up some drops on offense as well. And then overall as a team, I just wanted to come out and win games, win playoff games, and go far in the playoffs.
How have you guys? It's year 2, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but it's year 2 dealing with the pandemic for you, okay? You're going to remember your high school football career as playing 2 years during a worldwide pandemic. How has what you guys went through last year helped prepare you in dealing with this, coronavirus that isn't going away?
I think we can't take anything for granted. We have to play everything. We have to go hard at all times because you never know what the next day could hold. I mean, we could get shut down tomorrow. You never know. So, you just got to go hard every day.
Are you guys treating it very similar to last year as far as protocols and that with the coronavirus?
Not as bad as we were. Like, we don't have to – it's not, like, mandatory to wear masks or anymore, but
right.
We still try to social distance as much as possible.
No, that's smart on your part. All right, what's the key to getting the second win of the season, second win in a row in week 3 against Chippewa for the Sandy Valley Cardinals?
We just got to come out and play 4 hard quarters of football. We got to stop their quarterback. They have a great quarterback, and we got to contain him as much as possible.
So a challenge for you as a D-back, right? When you're facing a top-notch quarterback, what's the mental approach? Take me through that. I mentioned you're on an island earlier, right? As a D-back, so I'm guessing as a senior and one of the better players on the team, whoever the top receiver is, you might get that assignment. So what's your preparation like this week, knowing you're facing a throwing team with a good quarterback?
Well, I'll be at safety this week, so I have to really go in and fill the holes on the run. Because, I haven't been willing to do that, honestly, in the past. So I really have to step up and fill on the run this week.
All right. So the run and the pass, very important for Sandy Valley to get a win in week number 2 and improve to 2-1 on the year. Mason Tucci, our Sarchione Ford Player of the Week. Mason, Congratulations on the award. Best of luck this week and the rest of the season, and we'll see you somewhere down the road there in Sandy Valley, all right?
Thank you.
Mason Tucci checking in with us here on the Kenny and JT Show. Let's get a break in right now. We've got plenty more